Karima, I'm wondering if we're getting any indication of just how far this plan will go at this early stage.
Well, Thembekile, the people in government that I spoke to, and that includes various cabinet ministers that were in that marathon meeting that was held yesterday, describes the rollout package that President Ramaphosa is about to announce in a few minutes as the rollout plan of the century. It is being spoken of as a plan that reflects the president's determination to see that no South African starves, that those affected the most, which are the vulnerable, those who are unemployed and those who have recently lost their jobs, that they shouldn't go hungry during this period. We know, for example, that the food distribution parcels handed out by the Minister of Social Development isn't really getting to those who need it most. So there's widespread hunger. There is, of course, also indications from the governing party, the African National Congress, whose National Working Committee met yesterday together with the South African Communist Party and COSATU in the Political Alliance Council, that the stimulus package will be substantial. My understanding, Thembekile, is that it will in fact be giving out a grant. We need to hear how that is going to be made accessible, whether it's going to be a top-up on the existing SASSA infrastructure and also use the South African Revenue Services with that, as well as the possibility of forging a new database to get to those people in the economy who are not registered on any system. But it is said to be quite substantial. And of course, the other big news we are waiting is the news on SAA. My understanding is that COVID-19 has really focused the state on the question of SAA, and that the airline will not exist in its current form going forward.
And Karima, we're battling a bit with our Skype line, but I want us to persevere just a bit longer, and we'll get to SAA before we conclude. But on what you were saying as far as the stimulus package that we're waiting to hear tonight, the reality is that the President and Cabinet will have to pull off quite a juggling act, because even before coronavirus hit South Africa, we were already dealing with unemployment that was soaring. The ratings agencies weren't terribly pleased with how we were doing. The SOEs were already battling. So one of the questions is where to cut and where to redirect the funds.
Yes, I think the big fear, Thembekile, is that we mustn't forget that that's deep in its economy. At a conservative level, we're sitting with something like 8% unemployment. I expect President Ramaphosa this evening to focus both on livelihoods and saving lives. So we are going to have immediate measures that's going to mitigate things like hunger and starvation, but we're also going to see measures that is going to look at getting the economy done in a different way and making it more substantial in the long run. And I think that is what...
Okay, well, let's leave it there with Karima Brown. Karima, we're going to come back to you once we've been able to just work on that Skype line to you. Karima will be back with us later, part of a bigger team, as we make sense of whatever pronouncements will come from the President tonight.